Hello everyone, welcome to lesson 35 of my PySimpleGUI lessons. In today's video, we're going to be exploring pop-ups. Alright, so pop-ups are really simple. First we import PySimpleGUI, and then we just simply write the pop-up. Oh wait, don't forget as SG. And then we just simply write the pop-up. We don't need to make the layout or make the window or do the while true loop. You don't need to do any of that. You just write sg.popup and then write what you want inside. Say this is a pop-up, and then let's run this. And as you can tell, we have a pop-up already with a button to close it and everything. Okay, if we want 2 lines of text, then we can use a comma, and then we can write something else like adding more text. Now we will have 2 lines. This is a pop-up, adding more text. Okay. Alright, so now let's talk about some of the attributes. The first attribute is the title. Let's call it Python Learning, and let's run this. Oh, so the width is not long enough to show the title, so let's put a few more of these, like multiply this by 5, and let's run this. Alright, now the Python Learning is showing up, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times of adding more text. Alright, so that's the title, and after the title, we have the button color. So the button color is first the text color and then the background color for the button. So let's do black text with a white background. So if we do this, then we will have black text and white background. We can invert this black background with white text. And now it would be like this. Okay, let's turn this to none. Okay, after the button color, we have background color. This is the background color for the whole element, not just the buttons. So let's say change the background color to red. And now we have a red background. Oh wow, okay. Let's delete that. And next we have the text color. So text color is the text. This is a pop-up and adding more text. So let's turn the text color into, let's say, blue. And now the text is blue. Okay. After the text color, we have auto close. So auto close, if this is true, it should close automatically. That's what it's intended for. But unfortunately, this doesn't happen because auto close needs to be paired with something else. It's called auto close duration. If the duration is, let's say, 3, then let's count 1, 2, 3, and then now it's gone. So the duration is in seconds, that's the units. And okay, so let's turn this back to none and false, because we don't want it disappearing on us. Alright, after these two, we have the custom text. Although the attribute is called custom text, this actually changes the buttons. We can make new buttons inside a tuple, as many as we want. Let's just make 2, yes or no. Yes and no. This replaces the old OK and gives us 2 buttons. So now it's yes and no. Both of these can be clicked, and I'll expand on the difference between them later. Alright, after custom text, we have non-blocking. So non-blocking is intended to not block the things after this. So let's say after this we have print, let's say 11, and if non-blocking is true, then this will not, then this pop-up won't show, or it will show, but it will not block this, so it will close immediately as to print the 11. So over here, you saw it flash once and then print the 11. Let's do it one more time. Yeah, so you saw it flashing again. Now, if this is false, then we could actually click and interact. We press yes, then it finishes all of this. It runs print 11, and now 11 shows up. Before that, 11 doesn't show up. It's only after we press something, then the 11 is printed. Alright, after non-blocking, we have font. So font, like before, is the font type and then font size. Let's say Times New Roman, font size 15, and now the text is a bit bigger and it's Times New Roman now. After font, we have the no title bar. So if no title bar is true, then we no longer have this title bar up here. As opposed to before, if we kept this as false, then we have this whole thing. It even has the title, Python Learning. Alright, after the title bar, we have grab anywhere. So grab anywhere is also a boolean. So if we grab something and move it along, we will be able to move it. It makes the user's life easier. But if this is false, then we are not able to move and drag this. Alright, after grab anything, we have keep on top. So this one is also quite useful. If this is true, then after we run this and we select something else, like this PyCharm, for example, the PyCharm doesn't go over this. This just still stays in the front, even if it's not selected. So let's change this to false and see how that works. If this is false, then let's run this. So now it's at the front because it's selected. And if we select PyCharm, then the Python Learning goes to the back. Alright, after keep on top, we have the location. Like last lesson, it's how much it goes right and how much it goes down. So let's say 0, 0. This should be at the top left corner. Like this. Alright, it's worked. And let's change it to, let's say, 100, 100. And now it's here. Let's move it down a bit more. So that would be changing the second value to, like, let's say 500. And now it's down here. Okay, let's turn this back to none. And go on to the next one. Lastly, we have any key closes. This is quite useful. So if this is true, then anything can close it, even from scrolling to pressing shift to pressing anything on the keyboard or pressing the buttons. Anything makes it close. That's what any key closes means. Alright, so these are all of the attributes. And lastly, before I finish this lesson, I want to show one more thing. We can give this pop-up into a variable. So now, whatever the pop-up is, the output value is put into pop-up. So if instead of 11, we print the pop-up here, then if we press yes, the output would be yes. If we press no, the output would be no. That's what these buttons do. And if we want another one, we can do, let's say, maybe. And now if we press maybe, sorry. Okay, never mind. Forget about that. Alright, so, and it doesn't have to be the buttons. Sorry, you can also, like, scroll. If you scroll up, it will show mouse wheel up. If it goes down, then it will be mouse wheel down. We can press something on the keyboard, space. Oh, space doesn't show up. If we press shift, it'll say shift left 16. We press control, that would be control. And we can, like, press a button, L, it would show up L. So that's what the pop-up variable does. Alright, that concludes lesson 35 of my PySimpleGUI course. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. And remember, work code succeed with work for tuition's lead.